Yeah, it's RamView.
Out there, well, let's blow them off the line of scrimmage. Headline, Los Angeles.
Live from the Ram Cave, I'm Joe Terozina, and this is RamView, the May 26, 2025 edition, brought to you by Kistler Law Firm. Injured in an auto accident? Need help? Got questions? Call Kistler Law at 661-206-6990. That's Kistler Law at 661-206-6990. And check out KistlerLawFirm.com. That's one word. KistlerLawFirm.com. Kistler Law, they've been fighting for you since 92. And by Temple City Auto Repair. Having some auto issues, get yourself some John and Henry at TempleCityAutoRepair.com. And of course, by Temple City, no, I'm not going to make them a sponsor yet. They got to earn it. I got a group that wants to talk to me about being a sponsor. I got to get a little bit of this before I get them to become a sponsor. So we're going to settle with Kistler Law and Temple City Auto for our sponsors today. Hey, I'm happy to be back. It's been about 10 days. I think my last show was May 16th. I had my surgery. I am still sore. And so that is why I am doing something a little bit different today. I am not necessarily going live. I am recording it live, but it's not going to be broadcast for another hour or so. I need to kind of shorten it down a little bit. I'm just going to go over a few things here and keep it at about 15 to 20 minutes. I got to get back into a rhythm, but not just that. If I sit in any one position for too long, I'm dying here. So it says I'm able to broadcast without anyone seeing me, but apparently people are seeing me. So I might not be as engaged as much. What I wanted to do today, just to get back in rhythm, because I've been watching America's Game stuff on NFL Network. I've been watching Caitlin Clark, who's apparently hurt now. I've been watching Angel Reese, who's still terrible. I saw the Mets beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3, which was special. I saw Indiana cough up the third game against the Knicks last night. And that Oklahoma City, Minnesota series has just not been exciting at all. Hey, USA Expat, thanks for joining in. I'm probably not going to engage with questions, guys. I just like going this format. I like going live, but I probably should have just recorded and uploaded, but I just want to get these in here. But thank you guys for clicking on. I didn't think you'd be able to see me because technically it says it's not supposed to be able to be seen till about 5 o'clock, but hey, there we go. So let's go. So what was working through my head this last week as they gutted me like a fish was, what are 7 things that worry me about the Rams this season that have nothing to do with Matthew Stafford, right? Now, most of them are always injuries that you're worried about. You're worried about your quarterback going down, right? I mean, there was a time about 12 years ago, guys, where we won't admit it, that we were believing in Sam Bradford. And then he went down with that preseason knee injury, and he came back the next year and went down again, right? Those things you just can't stop, right? Once in a blue moon, once the fortuitous nature of the universe works in your favor, Trent Green goes down and Isaac Bruce is slamming the turf at Howard Jones, at Edward Jones Dome. And once in a blue moon, you get a Kurt Warner. But we know that doesn't generally happen for the Rams. Usually coming off the bench is a Kellen Clemens, a Sean King, or some other disaster. So 7 things that are worrying me about the Rams, but we're just not going to talk about Matthew Stafford getting hurt. Because if Matthew Stafford gets hurt, it's church. We understand it's church. We understand it's over. We get it. Okay? So, but what are 7 things that are worrying me about the Rams? I'm going to zip this up there. And then I'm going to try to come back tomorrow for another 15-minute show and then see how my body's feeling on Wednesday. I'm hoping to be back in a rhythm by Friday, and we'll go from there. So 7 things that worry me about the Rams in 2025. Number 1, is A.J. Akiri really going to be the backup left tackle? Now, I'm Pollyanna-ish. I'm very positive about a lot of things. But is A.J. Akiri really going to be the backup left tackle for the Rams? And that one has me a little worried. They did not reach into the draft. We know they got A.J. Akiri. They got Warren McClendon, who we've seen at left tackle, and we don't want to see him at left tackle again. And then KT Leviston is another guy they're talking about. Connor McDermott has not been re-signed, even though he didn't play a snap last year. Then, of course, you got the Coleman Shelton Bo Limmer thing. And then, of course, you got Justin Diedick. And so that's kind of what our offensive line is looking like right now. And the thing that's making folks a little worried, it makes me a little worried, is Alaric Jackson, Rob Havenstein, Warren McClendon, A.J. Akiri, and then undrafted free agent Trey Weddick. And that's about it. And that has me a little concerned. I know a lot of folks out there like Willie Lampkin, but Willie Lampkin is not an edge guy. He's not a tackle guy. So that's on my plate right now that has me worried about the Rams. Number 2, I've sung their demise for so long, and I feel like I've been on the money doing this because it's come true. The last few years, we've been talking about 49ers won't be able to stay healthy. Look at their age. But as I'm watching this offseason progress and I'm seeing the foolish contract, I don't think the Brock Purdy contract was as foolish as extending Fred Warner, but it's the 49ers. Okay. What if the 49ers stay healthy? They never do. But what if Trent Williams plays an entire season at Trent Williams level? What if Christian McCaffrey looks like Christian McCaffrey in 2022 and 2023? Long shot, but let's say so. What if Nick Bosa actually plays up to his contract? I think Nick Bosa is slightly overrated. That's just me. Fred Warner's great. But what if Fred Warner plays the whole season up to his contract? What if George Kittle stays healthy? What if all that happens? And even more, what if Brock Purdy becomes even more confident in Kyle Shanahan's system and everyone plays to their capacity? If the 49ers stay healthy, that NFC West becomes as strong as any division in football. And that concerns me a little bit about the Rams because I think the Cardinals are a good team. I think the Seahawks have improved. And I was kind of hoping a falling apart 49er franchise that would be good early and fade late. But what if they stay healthy? What if the 49ers stay healthy? That's something that concerns me going into 2025. Number 3, this is one that I come across as Pollyannish because I have a certain belief about it. But I like the cornerback room for the Rams. And, of course, they didn't even sign an undrafted free agent at corner. They didn't get a free agent in the free agent period. They didn't draft anybody. They've just brought back Ahkello Witherspoon, and they got Darius Williams back. And, of course, some folks now are starting to talk about Emmanuel Forbes, and we've been honking for Emmanuel Forbes in January. But what if Emmanuel Forbes doesn't play like that first-round talent that he was drafted to be? What if he's just another guy? What if Darius Williams and Ahkello Witherspoon suddenly play their age? Both guys are in their 30s. Now, everyone's in love with Ahkello Witherspoon. Ahkello Witherspoon is not an 18-week, 17-game cornerback. He's not. He's just not. I think it's a very professional cornerback room. But what if those guys show a little age? What if Emmanuel Forbes doesn't take that next step that I believe he's taking? That could put the Rams in some trouble as you look around and see what other teams in the conference have done. Number 4 out of 7. And I think this is a legitimate thing. What if Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams go down for any length of time? Puka Nacua plays a physical game. Devontae Adams has got some age on him. What if one or both of those guys go down? What happens? We like Jordan Whittington. I saw a link on Rams Wire saying, is this the year that, Tutu Atwell breaks through? It's like, okay, whatever. But we've done this thing before. We've run Jordan Whittington and Demarcus Robinson and Tutu Atwell out there, right? None of those guys are ones, right? But if Puka Nacua or Devontae Adams go down for any length of time, yeah, that worries me because Nakua's game lends itself to getting hurt. Number 5, this is one that's interesting to me. What if Coleman Shelton does beat out Bo Limmer? What if it's just not a mind game? We've seen the Coleman Shelton show. We all like Coleman Shelton. But is Coleman Shelton better than Bo Limmer? Right? He might have some more experience, but I like the upside of Bo Limmer. I know how good Coleman Shelton can be, But what if Coleman Shelton becomes the starter? And we've talked about this. Now think about the Rams' schedule. Knowing who Coleman Shelton is, knowing the Rams didn't re-sign him after 2023, knowing the Bears didn't want him coming back after 2024. In fact, the Bears would rather have brought in Jonah Jackson from the Rams, right? And then make other moves. They were happy to be out of the Coleman Shelton business. Now, if Coleman Shelton becomes the starting center for the Rams, can you imagine Coleman Shelton lining up twice this year against the Seahawks front line, which features Byron Murphy out of Texas, who had a so-so rookie season, but also plays with Leonard Williams next to him, who had a great year? Do you want Coleman Shelton lining up across from Detroit Lions interior defender Aleem McNeil? Do you want Coleman Shelton lining up across from Tennessee Titan nose guy T'Vondre Sweat, who had a really good rookie year last year? Do you want Coleman Shelton lining up across from Vita Vea in Tampa Bay? Do you want Coleman Shelton lining up across from Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis in Philly? Do you want Coleman Shelton lining up across from Nnamdi Madubuike in Baltimore? Or even Dalvin Tomlinson twice in Arizona? Yeah, and that Arizona offensive line defensive line will feature Calais Campbell, who gave the Rams fits last year on that Monday night game. We know, again, what we're going to get in Coleman Shelton. That's why I worry about that. I think I want to see Bo Limmer take another step. I want to see if Bo Limmer is capable of taking the other step. And if Coleman Shelton comes in and there's really no contest here, then I am worried about the center position for the Rams. Number 6. I'm going to save number 6. I'm going to go to number 7 and make 7, 6, and 6, 7. Number 7. What concerns me is Kyren Williams getting anything more than 3 years, 39 rocks. And even that seems high for me. Spot Track has him listed as market value at 3 years at 31, 10.4 per year. I know a few of you out there don't even want him getting double digits. I think you got to give him double digits, but that would be sensible. I don't know how much of that 31 rocks would be guaranteed, but I would dance with that. If he gets anything more than that, then I got a problem with it, because you're going to need other pieces before the season is over. He appeared. One of the things I keep hearing, they say he can't stay healthy. That whole rookie season of his was a wash. In 2022, 2023, he missed 5 games. I think he was also benched the last game. He played in 16 games last year, and he had 350 touches. It's not durability right now with Kyren Williams. It's not. It's can he hold on to the rock, and it's not even that. He's not a home run hitter. He's not an elite running back. He's a really good running back, really good. He's Lawrence McCutcheon. That's who he is. He's Lawrence McCutcheon, who's not going to go to the Hall of Fame and is only going to go to the Pro Bowl when other players don't go. He's better than Sammy Winder, but he's not Steven Jackson, right? He's better than Trey Mason. He's not Todd Gurley, okay? And so I do like Kyren Williams, but you don't want to give him that much money. But let's just spell a couple things. He's not a home run hitter. That's why you don't give him the dough. It's not the fumbling. I think the fumbling is going to be taken care of. And it's not about durability. The guy had 350 touches last year. 350 touches, appeared in 16 games. It is about what he's capable of ultimately. Finally, we'll be at the 14-minute mark, and I don't want to go more than 20. Weeks 3 through 7 are bothering me for the Rams. In week 3, the Rams go to Philly. Then they come home to play the Colts at home. The Colts, I know many of you won't believe this, but I think some of you guys understand. Colts are a good team, right? They just don't have a quarterback. That's their big issue. You know, if Aaron Rodgers really was thinking like, hey, man, where can I make some traction? I think I might think Indy. I wouldn't want to go to New Orleans, right? But I think Indy has some traction there for a really good quarterback, and they don't have a really good quarterback, and they probably don't want to be in the Aaron Rodgers business. But that Colt game scares me because it feels like post-Eagles on the road, And then that's just before a Thursday night contest at home against the 49ers. Early in the season where the 49ers are likely to be healthy. That Colt game feels like a trap game. And then after you play the 49ers on Thursday, you get the 10 days off, you get the mini bye, and then you go to Baltimore, and then you go to London to play the Jaguars. That stretch scares me because I could see a scenario where the Rams could actually go 1-4. I could. I see a scenario where they could go 1-4. I don't want it to happen, but that's what bothers me. These are 7 things that, as I was thinking about it, as I was recovering on my couch, not fully recovered. If I was a baseball player, they'd be shipping me out to Palm Springs right now to do a rehab assignment. I guess this is what this episode feels like. But those are the things that are bugging me right now. AJ Akuri backing up at left tackle. The 49ers staying healthy. Our cornerback room, Nakua and Adams staying healthy. Coleman Shelton starting at center against some beasts in this league. Kyron Williams extension and how the Rams look weeks 3 through 7. All right. You guys did join me. All right. I don't know if you're still there. Literally, I guess I blew it. I got to get more tech savvy here. I was doing this to record. USA Expat, great to see that you are well. Thank you, USA Expat. Manny Vasquez, good to hear you. Okay, keep feeling better. I am feeling better. Michael Negretti, Bo knows football. Okay. Gilbert Gonzalez, take care, Joe. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate that. Hey, guys, chew on those 7 things, and I'd love to come back tomorrow and yak it up a little bit. I think I'm going to do it in this format again. Sitting here, like we're usually here for 50 minutes to an hour, and sitting here is not necessarily the most comfortable thing. You guys know I had a hernia surgery, so my nether regions kind of look like the old NFC Central. It's the black and blue division right now. And so it's more demoralizing to the eye and everything, but it is getting better. Let's see here. Gilbert Gonzalez, do not rush. Take one day at a time. Go Monday and Friday if need be. Yeah, I will, Gilbert. You know, my only thing is that if I can squeeze in a 15-minute show tomorrow and really make it 15 to 20 minutes and get off the air, I will. Because here's the one thing, one of the things that keeps you fresh is knowing that you've got deadlines to meet, right? And you hate missing out on something. So I appreciate that, Gilbert. Tommy Huxley, thank you for joining us, Tommy. Lamb's backup D-line is in witness protection. Hey, I like the Rams D-line. I do. I like the Rams D-line right now. They took Hamilton. They signed Poona Ford. Tyler Davis has another year under his belt. I don't know how they're going to, is DeJuan Johnson going to be the odd guy out? And then, of course, you're running Kobe Turner and you're running Braden Fisk and those guys out there. I kind of like the Rams D-line. Offensive line, I'm not too thrilled about. Backup-wise, let's see. Most top-heavy team in the NFC West game. Have to admit it. Starters are amazing. Okay, you're talking about the Rams backups on the D-line. Hey, look at everybody else's backups. Look at their starters. Now, I'm honking for the Cardinals because the Cardinals have played so tough the last couple of years. But we know what Dalvin Tomlinson is. We know ultimately Calais Campbell's got a lot of tread on his tires. You look at that 49er front. They got to hope some rookies hit because that 49er defense is struggling in the front 7. And Seattle is a little different. They got a little more depth there. We're going to see how good Byron Murphy is, right? We're going to see how good he is when they were touting him so much going into the 2024 draft. So, all right. Let's see. Tommy Huxley, the fraud mills killed the draft. 2 years in a row, almost 3 years, right? You could see this coming about the Cardinals. This really feels like their year. That loss last year to them, trap game between the Lions and 49ers, got it. Trey White, no one knew about Trey White. It's almost forgivable. But yeah. The only thing to me that's really going to hold back the Cardinals this year, the ace in the hole for the Rams, is that Kyler Murray's their quarterback. And because you know exactly what Kyler Murray is, right? He's a flashier version of Geno Smith. And he's going to have moments where he looks great. But he's never going to, he's a splash player, make a big splash. But he's gonna be Kyler Murray at some point. I thought it was funny that he's talked this off season about wanting to run the ball more. We've seen him. We saw him back in 2021 when he decided he didn't want to run the ball anymore against the Rams defense, and this is a better Rams defense. But they've done a great job of putting a team around him, and so he keeps it close to the vest. He plays within the system. Loses his ego, maybe watches some film instead of Call of Duty. They're going to be good, and they scare me. Cardinals scare me more than the Seahawks because we know what Sam Darnold is. They scare me more than the Seahawks, and they should scare me more than the 49ers do. But I just had this thought the other day. What if everyone stays healthy for the 49ers? What if this is their last great run, right? Each time the last 2 years we said they were going to break down, they broke down. But what if this year they hold it together? One last hurrah. There we go. Man, you guys all crimed. I appreciate this. Manny Correa. Thank you, Manny, for clicking in. Tribe. If Pooh or Stewart can step up for the last linebacker spot, I put our front seven up against anybody. I love hearing the way they talk about Josiah Stewart. I really do. I do. I love how they hear them talking about him. Let's see. Michael Negretti, Jared Verse is going to make Murray see ghosts. I hope so. There we go. Manny Korea saying hi. ESG, Murray is the reason the Rams beat them the last game. A lot of truth there. And Tommy Huxley, facts, ESG. All right. And then Manny Korea, Joe, it's Emmanuel Forbes. So I have not lost faith in Emmanuel Forbes. I was just trying to think what would scare me, right? What would scare me? All right, guys, I went 22 minutes. I'm going to try to dip in tomorrow for a short 15-minute, 20-minute shot. Thanks for finding me. I do appreciate your guys' support, your thoughts. I am getting better, and we will see you very, very soon. God bless.